Well, hello, retro computing enthusiasts. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel, and it's time for another retro computing find of the week. And no, it's not my Nabu computer that you see sitting there. I have an entire playlist already on my Nabu computer. I've been playing around with it for probably 7 months now and had a good time with it. I'm up to like 13 or 14 videos on the Nabu. It's heavily modified, but we won't go into that here because what this video is actually about is what's sitting on top of the Nabu. That's it, the Commodore 1084S video monitor. Yes, I have a vintage CRT monitor here. And you might be thinking, why do you want a vintage CRT monitor? I mean, normally when I'm running my Nabu, I run it through one of my new flat screen TVs that just happens to have a composite video input. But you know what? There's just something about having the vintage hardware. And I'll tell you what, the video looks a lot better on a CRT because it was formatted for a CRT. It wasn't formatted for this wide format and the big screens. Everything all looks so pixelated. But on a small CRT, it looks the way it was supposed to look back in the 1980s, okay? Now, backstory on this monitor. I got it from a friend of mine. It doesn't work right. I'll tell you that right up front. It's got some issues that we're going to work on in future videos and see if we can resolve. The main issue is the power button will not stay in, okay? This monitor works as long as I hold the power button in. I've got the Nabu up and running a slideshow program. So if I push the power button in, we should see that come up. And hear it. So there you can see we've got pretty darn good video. Now interestingly, the volume button, or the volume knob, doesn't actually seem to do anything. It's like full blast all the time, okay? So I don't know what's up with that. I'm just going to unplug it. There, unplug the audio so I can hear myself think and you can hear me. Otherwise, it seems to be in pretty good shape. Everything seems to work, except for the volume knob. I don't know if it's broken or disconnected or just the Nabu's overdriving it. I kind of doubt that. But yeah, for some reason that doesn't work. Otherwise, this monitor, other than being kind of dirty because it's been in storage for, hey, who knows how long, is in pretty good condition. The door for the controls on the front not only is present, it is not broken, and it works. The latch mechanism works perfectly. I'll give you a look at the back of it here too in a second. It's really in remarkably good condition. It's got some like mold, mildew, a little bit yellow, and just some general crud on it that needs to be cleaned off. But really can't complain too much about the video. It works. If I can just fix the problem with having to hold the button in all the time to make it work. Yeah, that's a problem. I think that the previous owner had something wedged in the button to hold it in and just plugged and unplugged it to turn the power on and off. And then when I got to playing with it, I guess I must have knocked whatever was in there, wedging the button in, out. And I never found it again, whatever it was. It went flying. And since then, I've had to hold the button in to make it work. But yeah, I mean, this looks so much better than on that flat screen TV. Much less pixelated looking. The aspect ratio is correct. You know, this is the way it was meant to look, you know, back in the 80s. So this is nice. So there's a lot to be said for vintage hardware. Let's see what this does here. Yeah, there we go. That centers that up. So yeah, if I can just fix the couple little problems with it, maybe the pot on the volume is actually, the knob on the volume is actually disconnected from the pot. That's a possibility. I'll have to check that. The knob is very stiff, and it doesn't seem to do a darn thing. So we will look at that. But let me spin this around and give you a look at the back of it. So here's the back of the unit. Let me zoom in on the nameplate here so you can see exactly what we're dealing with here. Commodore, let's focus it. Commodore 1084S-P1. It's got a lot of controls and connectors on the back of it. I guess it can take all kinds of different video input. Right now I'm feeding it composite, and I had to actually play with the buttons to figure out how to get it to take the composite, because apparently this input will also take different formats. It's got right and left audio. It's got chroma. It's got RGB input here. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got more controls on the back. And of course, the button, which doesn't work. So I'm going to have to do some research and see if I can find another button and get this fixed. All right, because this would be really a nice addition to my retro computing collection if I can get it working the way it's supposed to be working. I suppose I could just go in and short out the button if I can't find a replacement, but I'll bet somebody somewhere sells a replacement button for this thing. And then, hopefully I can get this back to its original glory, find out why the volume control doesn't work, and fix that. Yeah, because it's just like full tilt boogie all the time on the volume, either channel, left or right. So, but it's a nice monitor. I mean, it's really in fairly reasonable condition. I mean, most of the dirt isn't even showing up in the video here, but it's a little grungy. It's got some grunge. I've cleaned it up a little bit, got most of the dust off of it before I got it out and tried it out. But it needs some scrubbing. The case needs some scrubbing, probably with a magic eraser. And yeah, there's a lot of crud in the nooks and crannies. But other than that, it's really in pretty darn good condition, I have to say. So I would really like to get this up and running properly again. It would make a great addition to my collection. So there we are. Nice little monitor. I really like the video on it. I just got to fix the few problems it has, and it will be just a fantastic monitor again. I think it pairs nicely with the Nabu, and it may pair nicely with some of my other retro computers. I've got a TRS-80 Model 1 with a composite video output, and some other computers too that I can probably use it with. So I need to get to work on trying to fix this thing. So stay tuned for repair videos on this. I think they will be coming down the pike. Maybe just one video. We'll see. We'll see how many videos it takes to get it back to its former factory fresh glory. All right. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you found it at all interesting, educational, informative, whatever, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see those future videos I just talked about. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching this one. Bye.